Fallon. I didn't know he did that. Kimmel. I didn't know he did that. The only reason I know about Sarah Silverman, because when I was still being courted by the industry, I went down there to the Improv, and they was like, oh, this girl, Sarah Silverman, going up. I didn't know the bitch. I was like, oh, okay, let me watch. What the all evil against black people.
Welcome back to Fried Plantain, the only corner of the internet where comedy news gets seasoned, fried, and served piping hot with just the right amount of spice. Today, we're diving into an episode of Cory Holcomb's 5150 show that felt less like a casual podcast and more like a cultural demolition derby. Cory, joined by Darlene and Craig, didn't just dish on Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, and Sarah Silverman. They dissected decades of comedy history, dropped receipts on blackface and racist behavior, and unpacked the deeper power dynamics that separate parody from malicious insults. From Cory's first-hand experience witnessing Sarah Silverman's allegedly racist comedy at the Improv, to the photographic evidence of Fallon and Kimmel participating in blackface, this episode left no stone unturned. But it wasn't just a roast session. Cory and the crew also highlighted Drewski's viral whiteface NASCAR dad act, proving that parody aimed at the powerful can be hilarious, celebrated, and viral, while jokes aimed downward carry centuries of baggage. The conversation wove together personal industry stories, historical context, and sharp commentary on why intent, privilege, and power make all the difference in comedy today. It's messy, it's hilarious, and it's smart. A perfect example of why the 5150 show keeps audiences talking long after the episode ends. Whether you're here for the receipts, the history lesson, or Cory's no-holds-barred take on the industry, there's something for everyone who loves comedy with teeth. So if you're vibing with the heat we're serving, don't just scroll past, smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments. We know you got opinions. Share this with a friend who appreciates unfiltered conversations, and subscribe to Fried Plantain.
Does Jimmy Kimmel date that one female comedian?
No, he's been married for the longest time. You talking about Homegirl, he dated her way back in the day, before he got married. Sarah Silverman, way back in the day.
I don't give a fuck, I'll say it. I went to go see Sarah Silverman. That was some of the most racist comedy I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, way back in the day.
And people were clapping it on because she was just bold enough to say it. Like it was straight racism. Racism. That's why when I see that lady, I think about when I went to go see her at the Improv, and I was like, wow, she gets away with this? Like, yo. I mean, because I already know people think how they think. In fact, I'm appreciative to see how you really think. But I can say this on a stack of Bibles. I ain't never seen, because it wasn't funny. It was just insults.
I've never seen her stand
I was
up,
like,
so
damn,
I don't
this
know.
bitch get to talk this shit like this? You picked the right way. You picked the right night. She could not do that act in front of nobody but people that hate black people. Because the stuff she was saying, she had no jokes, just insults. And then people was like, yeah. I was like, wow.
Said Sarah's the white superhead. What does that mean? I don't know. What? Somebody just said that.
They said they both did blackface. Sarah Silverman and Jimmy Kimmel. Is that true? Yeah. I would love to see that. I'm telling you what this lady was saying. For me to remember it like that, I only saw her that one time, but I was like, she ain't even cracking jokes. She just saying bad stuff about black people.
Ooh. I don't know. I've never.
It was terrible.
Was it?
It was terrible.
She like black dick like a too, though.
I think a lot of them do.
That set the stage for the big reveal, blackface receipts. The panel dropped images like they were presenting evidence at the Nuremberg trials. Kimmel in black paint, Fallon pretending to be Chris Rock, Silverman looking like she wandered onto the wrong film set. Cory wasn't shocked, more like vindicated. His point was, look, I saw the vibe years ago. This was inevitable.
Oh, so that's the Sarah Silverman doing blackface? Like, I'm not shocked at her doing that from what I heard her say that day I went to see her. But where's Jimmy Kimmel doing it?
I ain't gonna lie, I smashed Sarah Silverman, man. F that. What's the blackface on?
I can't.
Leave it on, bitch.
God, will you stop?
I'm finna show you.
No, they're not kissing.
You know what you say
Garrison.
after you
Should've been
fucking with the
fucking, I don't know.
blackface, right?
What?
Now go do some hair.
Oh, you so stupid. And don't come back.
Yeah.
Who was that right there?
That's Jimmy Kimmel.
That's Jimmy Kimmel.
I thought that was
Kimmel,
Carl
no
Malone.
B in it.
Oh, he did that, huh?
He did the what's his name? Robert Downey. He did the Tropical Thunder. He's stupid.
You know, I didn't really know why they were doing that to Kimball, but now I see this picture. I didn't know he did that.
You think
Huh.
it's because of the picture?
Huh?
Oh God, that's old.
Is that
Like Sarah Silverman, her doing that, I know that. Like her hatred for us was her that day I saw her perform.
Right.
It was no jokes. It was just all hate speech. And that particular crowd ate it up. But I didn't know Jimmy Kimmel did this. Interesting.
I remember it because somebody brought it up. You know, when people were bringing out, when Twitter first started, coming out, they were bringing up a bunch of old stuff and
Who
then
is that?
tweeting it. Jimmy Fallon.
So that's Jimmy Fallon. He was doing Chris Rock.
He
huh?
was imitating Chris Rock.
What's this YouTuber who was out there acting like the hillbillies?
Oh, he'll be black.
Yeah, I know. What's his name?
I don't know his name, but no, it ain't Drewski. It's
No,
another.
it's not him.
That's
big-
him. That's who I'm talking about.
Oh, that's who he is.
Did you see when he did the white face at
Yeah. Yeah,
the NASCAR?
yeah. It went crazy.
When he looked like one of the Wayans from the movie.
He looked like one of the hillbillies.
yeah.
He looked exactly like one of the hillbillies.
Yeah, he be going crazy on that shit. That shit went crazy. They was mad at him trying to blackball him and everything.
It blew him up.
Yeah.
It blew him up.
All right, well,
Darlene did her best CSI work, peering at photos and confirming identities, while Craig dusted off history books thicker than Fallon's monologue cue cards. He explained that blackface wasn't just makeup, it was a whole system of theft where white performers stole acts from enslaved black entertainers, repackaged them with shoe polish, and made bank while the originals got nothing. So yeah, when Fallon and Kimmel popped up in blackface, it wasn't just a joke, it was a remix of centuries-old exploitation.
So is there a difference what Drewski did versus what they did?
Oh, for sure.
What's the difference?
Well, I mean, the history of blackface. Blackface was how white. Could,
Look at Drewski.
he's so
That's
stupid.
him.
Oh my God, he's so funny.
the way they put the sunburn on him
Ooh,
was
he
crazy.
looks just like that was good.
They put the sunburn. Whoever did that spray sunburn, that's just comedy.
The tattoos are pressed on. Oh my God, that is hilarious. He's too much. That's funny.
I mean, like, but I'm saying, like, if anybody has a difference between what Drewski did and what those other two, Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel, did, is there something we can say about that? What's the difference?
The history of blackface. So, back in the day, when we weren't so free in this country, a lot of white entertainers would go to the South during slavery, and even during Reconstruction, and they had slaves that were in charge of entertainment on plantations, that the masters would lend out to other plantations or charge them to use them to do what we do. And so a lot of entertainers, white entertainers back then, would go to the South and steal the acts of the enslaved entertainers and go back to New York, go to London, go to Europe, and do their acts. And one of the things that they would do so they could make it more believable, because it was black culture stuff, was they would put the blackface on. So it would be more realistic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is, when they put that blackface on, they don't really understand. I don't think they really, maybe they do know, but it's basically mocking, the mocking the entertainers that never would really pay well for their acts. You know what I'm saying?
Cory pivoted to comedian Drewski, who's been going viral for his whiteface NASCAR dad act. And unlike Fallon's Chris Rock impression, Cory thought Drewski's bit was hilarious. Immaculate costume, fake sunburn, tattoos that looked like they were bought in bulk from a gas station vending machine. The crowd loved it, even when gatekeepers tried to blackball him. Ironically, the attempt only boosted his profile, because nothing makes people curious like being told not to laugh. This raised the big philosophical question: is Drewski's whiteface the same as Fallon and Kimmel's blackface?
I think our subconscious mind is trained not to say this. But my mind is trained differently. I'm in danger because I speak from the heart. It's not the same. What Drewski did versus what Jimmy Kimmel and Fallon did. And I want to tell you why. This, what Drewski did, in my opinion, is comedy. What Jimmy Fallon and Kimmel did was to mock us in front of their friends and go for a laugh. Look what I'm going to do.
Right.
I'm going to get away with it. Because we know what we've done to them. We know what we've done to them. Look at that bitch. People say this a bad bitch. That bitch got on, look, the other picture, she got on just as much makeup as she has with the blackface. I just don't understand how people call bad. These ain't shit. If you see that walk around the house without no makeup on, you'll be like, oh. But I'm saying, like, these people are guilty of wicked crimes against an entire race. The original man, Fallon. I didn't know he did that. Kimmel. I didn't know he did that. The only reason I know about Sarah Silverman, because when I was still being courted by the industry, I went down there to the Improv, and they was like, oh, this girl, Sarah Silverman, going up. I didn't know the bitch. I was like, oh, okay, let me watch. What the all evil shit against black people for the audience that she assembled.
What made the show really interesting was Cory's personal perspective. He told a story about his time working with Jay Leno, an old school late night host who actually gave him a fair shot. Cory remembered being allowed to sit on the couch after a set, which, in those days, was basically a golden ticket reserved for white comics.
I bet, man, look, man, I'm telling you, man, I was on Jay Leno and sat on the couch after I performed. People don't know what that means.
That's huge, yeah.
They don't let you sit on the couch. If you part of their, what is it when they just gotta have somebody black?
Quota?
Yeah, if you part of their quota to get the brother on the show, they do your thing. But Jay Leno took a liking to me. He took a liking to me. Not only did he let me sit on the couch, they had me doing Jay Leno man on the street stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember them writers was so mad. I saw them. Why my black ass show up a little late?
Oh.
Yeah! Oh my God. What are they thinking? I was laughing my ass
The
off.
writers was hating.
What? Oh my God. Can you imagine the Caucasian males that would pray for that opportunity that I had? Because Jay Leno was like, I want him to do my man on the street stuff like this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah. Them guys, I was like, so how does that one bit go? They was like,
Oh, wow.
like, wow.
I can see it now.
I was like, oh my, what I done walked up on. They eventually got rid of me. But I was very glad Jay Leno, Caucasian male, gave me an opportunity. He gave me an opportunity. Nobody, I could tell nobody said, Jay, do this for him. Jay just saw me, liked me, and gave me an opportunity. This is why I tell people, you can't say a race is bad as a whole. There are good people in every race. Every race, there's good people.
So what did we learn from this episode? First, Sarah Silverman's comedy apparently doubles as a hate crime exhibit. Second, Fallon and Kimmel still have skeletons in their closets, only the skeletons are covered in grease paint. And third, Drewski's NASCAR cosplay is proof that Parody can punch up without carrying centuries of baggage. The deeper takeaway, beyond the laughs, is that comedy doesn't exist in a vacuum. Every joke carries history, intent, and power dynamics, whether the comedian wants it to or not. Cory delivered the analysis with a mix of bitterness, humor, and straight-up exhaustion at the industry. Craig added the context, Darlene kept things grounded, and together they turned what could have been a basic gossip session into a crash course on race, history, and why some jokes aren't just jokes. If Fallon ever tuned in, he probably laughed nervously and then called his PR team. The bottom line? Comedy is war. Some comics use it to punch down and reinforce old wounds. Others flip it, parody the powerful, and find new ways to laugh at the absurdity of life. And sometimes you get Cory Holcomb on a Tuesday night, reminding you that the difference between the two can mean everything.